7:07 right now. Pix 11 is your local election headquarters, and a new poll right now out this morning showing Zohran Mamdani leading Andrew Cuomo by nearly 20 points in the race for mayor.
This as President Trump threatens to send in troops to New York City to combat crime. Our Kirsten Cole is joining us live at City Hall with the very latest on this. Kirsten, good morning.
Good morning to you, Hazel and Dan. And this comes despite the fact that crime here in New York City continues to fall and continues to be at historically low levels. But the numbers coming out of this poll showing the current mayor, Eric Adams, trailing by significant margins against the two lead candidates. The newest poll numbers out in the mayoral race, and candidate Zohran Mamdani is surging well beyond current Mayor Adams and contender Andrew Cuomo. The Siena Research Institute finding among registered voters from the city who were polled, Zohran Mamdani leading with 44% of the vote, followed by independent Andrew Cuomo at 25%, Republican Curtis Sliwa at 12%, and independent Mayor Eric Adams trailing at 7%. Since the Democratic mayoral primary win by Mamdani, President Trump has increased his criticism of the city. Now the president saying he is ready to send in troops to deal with crime, just as he has done in the Capitol. The president just deploying some 800 National Guardsmen in Washington as part of a month-long federalization of local D.C. police.
Then I'm going to look at New York in a little while. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's see. It's going to go pretty quickly.
The president citing crime as the reason, despite capital crime rates that have been falling.
Other cities are hopefully watching this, and maybe they'll clean up, and maybe they'll do this and get rid of the cashless bail thing and all of the things that caused the problem.
Now this most recent poll finding 56% of New Yorkers have an unfavorable view of the president, and Mamdani saying he has ways to fight back on federal troops.
There is much of that fight back that has to be delivered forcefully, rhetorically, through conversations both public and private, but there's also the act of governance that is its own fight back.
Mamdani vowing to hire 200 more city attorneys to thwart any Trump troops. That's in contrast to Mayor Adams, who said he would work with the president if troops were sent in, saying they could be used in gang takedown operations. Meanwhile, this weekend, Andrew Cuomo on social media vowing to kick the rich out of rent-controlled apartments, something he's dubbed Zohran's Law, saying his $2,300 a month rent-stabilized apartment is an example of the rich taking advantage of units that should go to people who earn less. Mamdani and his wife make about $200,000 annually, but he scored the apartment when he was earning just $47,000 a year. But housing advocates say that verifying incomes on an annual basis would simply be a bureaucratic nightmare and that it would just overwhelm an already overburdened system. We're live at City Hall. I'm Kirsten Cole, Pix 11 News. Dan and Hazel to you.
So much that goes into that. And as for the poll, the Cuomo camp reached out this morning saying that it was a very small group, about 300 people that were polled, and that they wanted to point out that the margin of error was 6.7%. So they're not taking that poll too seriously. But Kirsten, thank you for laying it all out. And as Kirsten just told you about, fears that President Trump will try to take over New York City.
He's already started in Washington, offering an explanation yesterday.
I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was.